Hi guys, welcome to Fri-Yay. This is going to be our special book club edition of Fri-Yay. So normally, our teen book club, our last one would have been on Thursday, April 2nd, but we wanted to make sure that you guys still got some content related to the book that we were doing and that we could kind of turn it into a fun little video for you. So for our April book, we were going to be doing Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Oh, also I suppose we should introduce ourselves. I'm Kelsey. If you don't remember, I'm always doing Fri-Yay.
I'm Chelsea. I'm always with Kelsey doing book club, so I'm here for Fri-Yay.
So we're happy to see you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. So we did Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Jason Reynolds is a pretty popular contemporary author right now for teens. He did All American Boys, he did The Boy in the Black Suit. He's won a million awards for all of these books, but Long Way Down is written in verse, which means it's all separate poems, it's all poetry. And you might find that kind of intimidating if you don't read a lot of poetry, but it's actually very easy to read. It's almost in a way like reading a graphic novel. It's just a little bit visually different than what you're used to. But Long Way Down is about a young African-American boy who his older brother is shot and killed one day. And he decides that he's going to take action and get revenge on the other young man that he thinks killed his brother. So he finds his brother's firearm. He gets in the elevator in their apartment building to go down to go find this other young man. And on his way down at every floor, he encounters a ghost or a spirit of somebody who has been impacted by gun violence. So it's a really moving book, especially written in verse. But we picked out some discussion questions, and these discussion questions are available in the back of the book. If you have your copy, you can look at the ones that we picked as well. But it's published by Simon & Schuster, so if you search Long Way Down discussion questions, you should be able to find the Simon & Schuster reading guide that came with this. So, do you want to read our first question?
Yeah. So, like Kelsey said, the book is written in verse, and poems are usually used, they usually use language intentionally and with precision, often choosing words with connotative and denotative meaning. What is the significance of the main character's name being Will? Because the word will can be used as a proper noun, it can be used as a verb, or just a regular noun. So how does will encompass all these different meanings of the word will?
Yeah, so, I mean, if you didn't catch kind of what she was saying, it's the main character's name is Will, his older brother's name is Sean. So, kind of what I was thinking, I mean, it says in the question, will can be used, like they're saying, where there's a will, where there's a way. So meaning, if you are somebody, or if you know somebody who, they've got that drive, they have that determination, they will find a way to get something done. So they have the will to do that. So I think that's one way that it could be.
And then, of course, there's, when someone passes away, they leave their will, which is just, their wishes and desires for things after they've died. So it's kind of like making a plan for afterwards and following through on it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's living, you can use will as a verb, you've got the will to do something, but posthumously, your will is just that drive and that desire written down for other people to act on. And I think that's pretty impactful in Long Way Down. So our second question is, Long Way Down explores the perpetuation of a cycle of violence and the theme of revenge. Compare the development of these themes in Jason Reynolds' novel, Long Way Down, to some classic revenge stories. And some examples that we had were like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Poe's The Cask of Amontillado, The Princess Bride. So kind of just thinking about those themes, I thought just the idea of, is revenge worth it if in the end you are just perpetuating this cycle of violence? You might end up taking revenge on somebody, but then they're going to feel like they need to take revenge for that, and on it goes. I think Romeo and Juliet, when I was explaining this to my husband, he said, well, that's not that's not about revenge, and it is. It's about, I mean, they're constantly getting revenge for murders in Romeo and Juliet, and the whole story is these two families that are constantly taking revenge on each other.
Yeah, like the Capulets and Montagues in Romeo and Juliet, it's like, I killed you, you killed me, I killed you, you killed me, which is very similar to Will in his story in Long Way Down, but in Romeo and Juliet, it took like a huge, devastating tragedy for these two families to realize, oh, maybe this is not what we should be doing.
And it's generations of violence.
Yeah, it's not just like this one, two dads warring against each other and their kids. It's been going on for years. And then Romeo and Juliet die, and everyone is like, oh, maybe we should rethink what we're doing. Maybe stop killing each other. And so I think that is really reflected in Long Way Down.
And then you brought up
Mortal
Engines, which we read earlier
in September. Yeah. And you said it was, what's the girl's name? I forget.
I feel like it's Hazel, but that seems wrong.
The girl whose name we cannot
the main
remember
protagonist
right
in Mortal Engines, the female,
is always her whole goal. The whole book is revenge for her parents.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this back in September, but that was months ago, obviously. But again, there was a cycle of revenge happening. And if she got revenge on whoever it was, Strike or Strike or the main guy that killed her mom, like, is it going to keep going? Is someone going to get revenge on her and go back and forth? So it's always like, is this vicious cycle worth it? Where does it end? Where do we draw that line?
Yeah, like if you were constantly having to think about, if I take this action against this person who wronged me, what harm is going to come to someone I love? Mm-hmm. So you just, I don't know, is it worth it in the end?
That's what all the ghosts that come to talk to Will in Long Way Down are saying. Like, I did what I thought I should do, but then it backfired and someone killed me, and then someone killed them. So, is it worth it?
You would direct third?
Yeah. So, in your opinion, Kelsey, and you guys watching, who that came to visit Will had the most impact on Will's decision? We don't get to know Will's decision, but who do you think affected him the most?
I chose his dad. His dad is several floors down. He doesn't come till towards the end. And we always say at the beginning of book club, if you didn't get to finish the book, unfortunately, spoilers, we're going to be spoiling some things for you. But his dad reveals to Will, the ghost of his dad reveals to Will that in his own cycle of violence, he actually wound up killing the wrong person. He killed the wrong man. He killed the person he thought was responsible, and it turns out it wasn't. He killed pretty much an innocent bystander who was only going through his own actions because somebody else was pressuring him to do so. And pretty much Will's entire perception of his father is torn away from him. He thought that his father had done the right thing, and it turns out that his dad messed up, and it's only after his death as a ghost that he admits this to Will. And I thought that was probably, to me, was the most impactful story.
I think for Will, his dad, again, like Kelsey said, was the most impactful person, but as a reader, I thought his brother Sean, who's the last person that comes to talk to him, Sean would have had the biggest impact on me, because it's kind of like leaving your will for when you die. Sean was the will. Like, who could determine your decisions better than the person you're getting revenge for? If someone died and you said, I'm going to go get revenge for you, and they came back and said, I don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
That you'd probably be like, oh, okay, I guess I won't do that. So I think for me, Sean, it would have been Sean, his brother.
Okay. And then our final discussion point that we wanted to talk about was the final words in the book. The final words in the book, if you haven't had a chance to finish it yet, Sean has come to him. He's had a moment with Sean. They get to the very bottom floor. They get to the lobby. All of the ghosts rush out of the elevator, and Sean finally turns to him and speaks to him and says, "You coming?" And that's it. That's the end of the book. So the last discussion question that we had was, what do you think Will does? What do those words mean, and what do you think Will's actions following that are?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I think that Jason Reynolds obviously and purposely left this open-ended because he knows readers could debate it for forever. Kelsey and I could sit here for 45 minutes and say, no, I think this, and she'd say, no, I think this. But I think that Sean was saying, so are you still gonna do it? Are you still gonna go through with your plan? Because everyone who talked to Will in the elevator knows why he's doing it, because they all did the same thing, with the exception of Sean. Did Sean die because he killed someone? Did someone kill Sean because Sean killed someone? I don't remember.
You know, I don't.
Okay, if he
No,
did.
I think it was just because Sean, what is implied is that he was trespassing on a gang's property.
Okay.
Or I forget the right
But
word.
they all live in the neighborhood. They all know each other. They all get the code that they all live by. They know why Will is doing it. But each of them is trying to convince him to do something different. But I unfortunately think that short elevator ride probably wasn't enough to convince Will, and I do think he tried to go through with it. Maybe he showed up at the park or wherever it was and stopped then, but I don't think he turned around and went back upstairs. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that it would have scared enough sense into Sean to have him, or scared enough sense into Will to have him turn around and go home. I think that he's going to follow the ghosts. I don't know. I think that the ghosts are going to continue to show him more examples of what has happened in the past, why this cycle of violence exists, and what he can do to break free of it. That's kind of what I think the "you coming" means. I think it means that the ghosts are kind of beckoning him to be like, hey, like, we've got more stuff to show you. Like, are you coming with us or what? But like Chelsea said, I think that, unfortunately, I think that Will, I think he would still try to go through with it, and I don't know if he would follow through. I think he might get scared. I think, like, our first ghost, I forget his name, he tells him, he's like, you don't have the guts to do it. And I don't think Will does. I think Will still try to, though. So yeah. So that is Long Way Down. I hope you guys enjoyed the book. If you have any thoughts of your own, feel free to email us or comment. Let us know what you thought. We really enjoyed it. Our last part of the video, we have a special treat. I was able to go to, before everything got kind of crazy, I was able to go to the North Texas Teen Book Festival. It's in Irving every year. They get tons and tons of authors. So we have some really cool giveaways for you guys. And what we've done is we've taken the names of everybody who's been coming to book club over the past session, the past year that we've had, and we've put them all in here. So we've got a whole bunch of names in here. What we're gonna do, I have 2 tote bags. I have this one that's got an owl on it. It's from a company called Owl Crate. It's a very fun little tote bag. And then I've got this Great Gatsby tote bag from Out of Print. So I've got those 2. We will draw 2 names for the tote bags. When we open again, whoever, it'll pretty much be one of the person who wins the tote bags. If you get here first, you get to choose which tote bag you want first. And then the other person will get the next one. And then I have some ARCs, which are advanced readers copies. By the time you get them, they might not be as advanced, depending on when we open back up. But these are brand new copies of these books. I've got You Should See Me in a Crown. This is by Leah Johnson. I've got The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. I've got Stay Gold by Tobley McSmith. Stay Gold. I've got one called Dress Coded by Carrie Firestone. And then this one has already been released, but I was able to get a brand new hardback copy of it. This is We Hunt the Flame. And do you know her name pronunciation? I know you guys do. She's a local author, though, Hasfa Faisal. That's my best guess. I'm very sorry if I butchered her name. But what we will do is we have 5 of these. I'll draw 5 names. And again, it'll just be pretty much whoever gets here first, you get first pick, second person gets second pick, and so on and so forth. So 5 names for these, 2 names for the tote bags, and then the extra special thing, I have a copy of Scythe, and this copy is signed and personalized by Neil Schusterman. if you can see that. I got to meet him. I told him about you guys. I told him about book club, that we did Scythe, and that he went ahead and signed that and personalized it for you guys. So we will draw one name for this, and that is the winner of our copy of Scythe. So that is a very cool one. If you don't end up winning anything, I've got a bunch of other cool stuff. I've got a couple little notepads. I've got a couple sneak previews of Jennifer Donnelly's Poisoned. You can come grab those. These are just going to be freebies that I'm going to have sitting out in the teen room. And then I've got a whole bag of little pins from the North Texas Teen Book Festival that say all kinds of fun little book quotes and stuff on them. So those will just be little freebies in the teen room, but we will be drawing for these.
And to be super clear, if we draw your name today, please do not come up to the library.
Yeah.
Please wait until
we are
reopen.
not open yet.
We will keep these in a safe place for you with your name on it until we reopen.
And we will actually give you another phone call to let you know that you won one of these things, especially the copy of Scythe. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna draw two names for the tote bags first, I think. Chelsea, do you wanna draw one?
All right, the first tote bag winner is Mason. He's a 6th grader.
Mason,
if you know you're a 6th grader that came to book club.
we have a whole sheet with all you guys' information, so Mason will give you a call. Our second winner for the tote bags, we have Cindy. Cindy, 6th grade. This one I also put the last 4 phone number digits, but we'll go ahead and give you a call, Cindy, and we'll let you know as well. I don't think I'm gonna read those over this video, but we've got Cindy and Mason for our tote bags. All right, you wanted to do one for,
Yes.
We're gonna do 5 now for these.
For these books, okay. First book winner, is that Darren?
Darren, yes.
9th grader.
Darren, D-E-R-O-N. There's one.
That doesn't mean you won that book, you get your choice.
I've got Maddox for one of those.
Yeah. Rayon?
Rayon?
Rayon A, R-A-Y-Y-A-N.
Okay.
You've won a book.
Kaylee Matthews, you have also won one of the books.
And our last non-signed book ARC winner is Kyle Z.
All right. So we're gonna do our big drawing for Scythe.
All right.
Oh, that one back in there.
Oh, okay. I thought fate decided
Okay.
that one.
All right, the winner of the signed copy of Scythe is Charlie, a 9th grader named Charlie. We've got your info. We will give you a call. You are gonna win this brand new signed copy of Scythe. Okay.
All right.
So that is our Fri-Yay book club video. So again, please don't come up here right now and try to get your prizes. We will contact you and you can come as soon as we open again. But we've got lots of little fun things. If you didn't get a prize, we've still got stuff for you. And we hope that you really enjoyed Long Way Down. Feel free to tell us in the comments or shoot us an email and let us know any thoughts you had about the book. And we would love to see that. So thank you guys.